Hello, entertainment daily lovers. Welcome back. So let us get straight into this trending video of Pastor Paul Adefarasin. Okay, so we're going to discuss Pastor Paul Adefarasin versus a content creator that sports car. Okay, and this guy trended because he was on the road trying to, film like luxury cars, like he sports luxury cars and things like that. And before we even get into the conversation, he was on Daddy Free's live stream and he said something that got me really laughing. Okay, because he said when he saw Pastor Paul Adefarasin, he didn't even know that Pastor Paul Adefarasin was a pastor. He thought it was one of those Hollywood people. Remember, when I initially spoke about that stuff, I said Pastor Paul Adefarasin is one of those pastors that we see in Nigeria and consider as fine pastors. You know, like when you're mentioning pastors that are fine, okay, like handsome, and they know what's up, like they've got the swag and they got that's Pastor Paul. Pastor Paul Adefarasin is one of them. Okay, so when the guy actually said Pastor Paul Adefarasin, he thought was a Hollywood movie kind of person or thing that he didn't even know. But anyways, that's not the bone of contention. Let's get right into what happened and the reaction of everybody, or majority of people on social media. People saw the video and they were disappointed. First of all, they thought what Pastor Paul Adefarasin, or people were suggesting that what Pastor Paul Adefarasin flashed in his car when the guy was approaching, they thought it was a gun. Some persons argued that it's a different tool. People have made several suggestions. Okay, and the video that we saw, the guy was not that close, but one can understand. I also mentioned that with insecurity in Nigeria, of course, seeing somebody filming your cars, you're approaching until you get to where they are. That's something that is going to alarm you. You're going to be at alert. So, if na spanner you won't carry, if na this thing, you won't know what they happen. If person come, won't try do any kidnapping, anything, you will all break your head first before in gang members when they come. So, that's that. But then we were waiting for Pastor Paul Adefarasin's official statement. Okay, like we were waiting for the official statement that Pastor Paul Adefarasin was going to, release. And of course, in his church service, he did speak about this whole thing. But it struck a lot of people in a kind of way because of what Pastor Paul was saying. And even myself, I felt like we expected more from you, to be honest, Pastor Paul Adefarasin, with all due respect. Sir, what was happening, or what happened and what's happening now? It's not devil not inside this one. Not just guy where they hustle because of country where he come from. Now our politicians then cause all this problem. You see people get work to do and things like, although in the Western world and other places too, they have car sporters and things like that. He's a content creator. We have different niches, okay? We were doing gist, reaction videos and things like that. He's sporting cars, and people that view him want to see different cars, and, they discuss it. And that's how he earns his living. Okay, so I can understand that Pastor Paul Adefarasin does not know that there's any niche in content creating called car sporting or luxury car sporting and things like that. So there's no way he would have known that that was just an innocent person trying to make a living, and saw that he drove a very beautiful car. By the way, Pastor, your car fine, sharp. But the statement by Pastor Paul, no. I'll tell you what Pastor Paul should have said. One of the first things that he should have done was come out and address, which he did address, the fact that what he was holding was not a weapon. And he said he's not licensed to hold any firearm. And if you know the law of Nigeria, I don't think they just give license for people to own a gun just like that. No, as a civilian, you're not expected to own a gun. Okay. So I don't know anybody that will say this person is licensed. If you see anybody, then they carry a weapon, no sin mago with and say get them, because it seems like the law of the nation does not support that. Even though security not deal. You call police, they no go come until 10 years later. But anyway, Pastor Paul Adefarasin add this to the attack of the evil, of the devil, of the this one, of the that one. And I feel like you were just going too far. And also something else you said, the guy, it was just few meters of what that was, between you and the guy. The guy was in your personal space and things like that. I feel like if you were really threatened, you shouldn't have stopped and wind down, because that's not be the wise thing to do now. If you dey fear, say this person now danger, you're spotting danger, and what you're doing is slow down when you know that your leg cannot run faster than your car. And then you also went further to put yourself in harm's way by winding down your glass. Some people use bulletproof cars. I don't know if your car is, but I'm just saying, if you're in your car and shouldn't you just zoom off and just say, oh, thank God I escaped whatever I escaped, even though it was not a danger, but at least that's what your mind told you. Okay, now coming out and seeing that people were most focused on what you were holding, that it was a gun and things like that, and you now find out that this person is a content creator, so you were not in any danger at all. He just wanted to spot your car, maybe if you stop, speak to you a little bit about your car, and then he's got his content for that day, thanks to you, you know. But that's not what happened. I expected you to come out and say, look, I do not know about car sporting, or even if I know about car sporting in other countries, I do not know that they do it in Nigeria. Okay, I don't know that we have car spotters in Nigeria that do things like that. Probably because they are not that famous, or they are not that popular. They are not that many. Sorry. So I don't know. Okay, so that will be more understanding than you associating this with the devil and the world trying to fight us, and nobody they try to fight the church. This does not have anything to do with the church, because the guy said he did not even know that you were a pastor. One and two, he said he thought it was all these Hollywood people, because there's a way Pastor Paul Adefarasin speaks with his white beards, with his swag and things like that. So he didn't even know you were a pastor. So how is that an attack on the church? And people reacted the way they reacted because they expect there's a way people hold you people pastors. Okay, then they hold on a high up there. So people expected your response to be different from the normal person or the security man in your church, for example. The guy at the gate that is maybe uneducated and does not know anything about content creating or car spotting and things like that. So your response, if it's me, as a man of God, and now we know that that's what happened. The guy is just hustling. Okay, get church members, get those people that run errand for you and things like that. And I say, okay, now we know that I was not in danger. The guy just wanted to spot a car. Okay, this happened. We're going to meet up. Okay, bring him to church and drive that particular car, or any one of your lugs, because I know you pastors, you have several series of private jets and things like that. You just invite him over to church premises or your office somewhere. Let him come and spot your cars there. Do a content with him. Pray for him, bless him, and pray that God uplift him and let him cash out from this. We need our pastors to live by example. So, Pastor Paul Adefarasin, with all due respect, you fall our hand for this one. You did fall our hand the same way Pastor David Ibiomi fall our hand recently. We just expect our pastors to understand better than the average person out there, because we're in the body of Christ and we're here to win souls. We're not here to come and the way you made it look like this guy targeted the church. He didn't target the church. He didn't know you were a pastor. And from the way the guy spoke and the way he kind of explains things, when you listen to the guy on this person, you will know that na person where he dey certain level, too sabi, because how even fit spot pastor this person. He's popular. Pastor Paul Adefarasin is one of the popular pastors. The pastor, the CEO of House on the Rock, he is popular. He's not just one of those corner pastors where they try to come up. He don't try. He don't reach one level, of course. So as a Niger person, when you see him, you should recognize him. And also, when the guy was when you wind down, that was you. When you slowed down, because remember, other cars that were driving past, they didn't stop. But you stopped, slowed down, and said to him, don't do that. And he said, sorry, bros. He no call you pastor. And there is no way a Nigerian person that knows that you're a pastor will call you bros. Or sorry, sir. Sorry, bros. Big bros. He was hailing you because he thought you were a bros. He thought you were a sir. Hence, he did not put your title, sorry, pastor. If he knew you were a pastor, he would have said to you, sorry, pastor. So it was not an attack on the church. The least you could do is pray and bless this guy and allow him to spot your car since this incident already happened. Make him come church. As you drive, as you leave after church service, make him film you, and he go kuku see another House of the Rock people then too, where they drive correct cars. Make the guy spot your car. Pray for him. All of these things now hustle. Pray for him. May God bless him hustle. But the route you took, I don't support it. And those that are supporting it, it's not right. Call a spade a spade. Pastor Paul Adefarasin is a pastor, and this was not an attack on the church. Let's be able to differentiate an attack on the church, an attack on the body of Christ, and a general thing. The same thing you people did when it was Mercy Chinwo's case. People go all do different, not concerned body of Christ, and I'm not supposed to connect them, and I go connect them. That's where I have an issue. And I didn't expect Pastor Paul Adefarasin to make the statement he made in the pulpit. I really did not expect that. Let me know in the comment section what